2, 1.
Have you ever felt like dodgeball isn't painful enough? No, seriously, have you? As a kid, I remember imagining dodgeball as this brutal playground game where the class bully basically got free license to pummel the absolute snot out of you with small red rubber balls. But I do still wish that I could experience dodgeball as that legendary, pain-filled experience that I first imagined it was. It seems to me the easiest way to do that would be to shock myself every time I get hit by a ball. On paper, this seems pretty simple, but in practice, it's not as easy as you'd think, which is why I called in my friend Yoshin, an actual NASA engineer, to help me out. Come on in. What the heck? So here's the thing. Before we can get into this, we have to see how these different shocks affect us, because there are a number of ways to electrocute yourself. So I actually ordered 2 different things, which are TENS units, and I also ordered bright pink tasers. I haven't actually tried out the bright pink tasers. I don't really want to, but we have to at some point.
Oh.
I'm so scared.
I don't want to do this to you.
Well, we have to test it.
We have to.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. Oh, that didn't hurt that bad. Try it one more time. Oh, that's not bad at all.
Oh, that makes me feel better. Yeah. Oh. All right. That stings a little bit.
That doesn't hurt that much on your arm.
Not nearly as much as I thought it would.
The taser just wasn't gonna cut it, so we decided to try out the TENS unit instead. We're gonna start by putting it on my arm. That's horrible. I don't know how the intensity button works.
Yeah. Like, Jesus. This is definitely the
choice. Now that we knew how we were going to deliver the shock, it was time to figure out how to actuate it. Nailed it! What are we looking for?
Well, we need something to make this conductive.
No, but what were you thinking? You had a plan.
I do. I have 2 ideas.
Copper?
Yes, copper.
Copper material?
Yes.
We don't stop there.
Really? You sure?
Online item.
I see. At the very least, if you can end up getting that. I know.
Dude, that's gonna hurt like heck.
Yeah, that's not gonna be fun. We need some kind of,
are you sure they don't sell that stuff?
I think
I looked it up.
I did too.
Here's your phone. You have to search for the search by store. Wait a minute. All right, check Lowe's. That's it. That's the stuff. $624. This is the part where I tell you that I bought conductive fabric just in case.
I'm sitting here being like, what can I use? What can I use?
This is gonna be awesome, and it's cheap as heck.
Dude, and the best part about this is that
they stitch in.
Yeah. So
dude,
now
we'll be able to like run the wires through this.
That's why I like it.
All right, these are 69 cents each.
Nice.
And I think they'll... So we got all the supplies. Build's gonna go a little something like this. We have these big plastic sheets with a bunch of holes in them, and the idea is to thread these up with our conductive thread. Then we're gonna mount these sheets to the outside of t-shirts, and we'll be able to wear those as jerseys. And basically, if you were to hit the thing, then we'll get a shock. I'm probably gonna start on the textiles end, and you can start on some of the electronics. I need to make something to actually activate the target. We're working with this ball to turn it into a conductive ball. All right, I feel like the move here is maybe tack stitch it in place, then wrap around the ball, then stitch the other side, and then just kind of fold the ends in like gift wrap. That looks pretty good. All right, now that we have a ball, we need to make sure it's still conductive. While I had been working on the ball, Yoshin set to work on the electronics, making a test circuit to make sure that our theoretical targets would actually work in the real world.
So this is what we're dealing with right now, pretty much a proof of concept of the kind of pattern that we want. So we have alternating strips, and if this bridges the contacts, it should go out.
That's awesome. Now that we knew our setup would work, we needed to scale it up. I set to work stripping mass amounts of solid core wire, threading it through the plastic forms, and finally, hammering them flat. Meanwhile, Yoshin handled the electronics, hooking the TENS unit up to our relays, connecting them to our microcontroller, and writing the code that would activate the shock.
There we go.
It was hard work, and it took longer than expected.
It is currently 1:25 in the morning, and we're filming this at noon. We're killing it.
We needed at least one working unit, so rather than trying to make 2 suits like we'd planned, we decided to double down on this one. It took nearly all night, but by 3 a.m., we had finally made a working prototype. Okay, so the shirt's complete. We are gonna go to the lab to test this out. Welcome to the lab.
Okay, we're good. Ready? Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Holy crap. And just like that, we were finally ready to play Shock Dodgeball. So the idea is that we're gonna play on the pads over here. It is a little bit windy. I'm thinking we pretty much like just call this a course. Speed up. Oh, that was weird. Oh, what's activating it? Is it these coils?
What's going on?
I don't know.
That shouldn't be possible.
Right.
If we touch
I'm literally feeling nothing.
You're feeling nothing right now?
No contact.
Okay.
Close your eyes.
Oh! Everything. Oh, sometimes.
On for like tables that are on fire. Oh god. Just doing crazy stuff in the name of the book.
That kind of clicking shouldn't be possible if it comes from the Arduino. Which means there's something setting off the actual relays themselves. Wait. Keep doing that. Don't move. It's the frequency of the pulse from the tens unit. There's induction going on. It's going to be grounded, and then it's going to set off the relay. So that bypasses the Arduino.
All right. How do we fix it though?
I know exactly.
Yes! Oh. Yeah, that's working. Do it again. Oh. Yes! Way to go.
Right, this is gonna hurt, so 3, 2, 1. Oh wait, no, I have to do something.
Oh! Holy It's working! That is the worst it has ever been.
It's working!
Holy cow! Alright, let's play some dodgeball, everybody. Oh, wait, am I here?
What? They're all in?
Alright.
We all 3 get a ball to throw you?
That seems fair to me.
Alright. 3,
3,
2, 1.
Oh! Alright, let's keep playing. Yeah, let's go again. Okay. All right.
I got you.
Alright, somebody, alright. Hey! Oh! Hey! Oh! Hey! Oh! Let's play some more dodgeball.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh! To be honest, there are a lot of problems with Shock Dodgeball version alpha. For one, you've got to hit me directly in the chest for it to count, and second, it's pretty fragile at this point. After playtesting for just a couple games, one of the contacts got messed up and it made the system shock me at random intervals in addition to whenever I got hit.
Wait, whoa, I didn't touch myself that time.
Yeah. Oh! For some reason, I got zapped for no reason right there. Oh!
Dude, this is hilarious.
Oh, that didn't work.
Yeah, wait, is it right? It just keeps shocking him.
You see my foot? Oh! 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 Oh!
I like the idea of like auto-shooting
Oh, wait, are we good? Someone hit me with the ball. Oh!
Wait, let's try it one more time. Just to
make
see if
sure.
it's
Okay. It still works if you hit me.
But it doesn't.
It does also works when you don't hit. Issues aside, by playtesting, we discovered something really important. The best part of Shock Dodgeball is not the dodgeball. It's watching me get shocked. And since we didn't know how much time we had before this thing completely fell apart, we decided it was time I make good on my promise to run the Shock Gauntlet.
If he throws it, shocks you, then I throw it, shocks you.
All right.
All right, ready? I'll start in 3, 2, 1.
That's how
Will
you
it
know it's
work if I lick your chest?
Yes.
Yes, it would. It would probably.
Don't. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know my voice sounds kind of weird. I think I came on with a little bit of a cold, but I hope you enjoyed this video anyway. If you want to see more stuff like this, make sure you get subscribed down below. And if you want to help support other videos like this one, you can always help me on Patreon or just, you know, share this video with your friends. So I almost always throw in a bonus clip at the end, and I'm not sure whether people stick around for it, but make sure you do. So there was a ton of electronics that went into this one, and I had to cut most of that out of this video. So if you want a real deep dive into how this thing actually works, he's gonna actually post a video, so definitely check that out. Let's just do some final thoughts. What did you think in the end of this project?
I thought that a lot of the things that I thought was going to be really difficult ended up being super easy, and the stuff I thought was going to be super easy ended up being really difficult. Having put these on myself as well, I think that if you actually scaled this up and had a bunch of people playing it, it could be loads of fun. Either that, or you'd have a bunch of people too afraid to play because they don't want to get hit.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Peace. So the deal is, Paul was the only one brave enough to actually try it on, other than me and Yoshin. One.
Okay.
Like,
oh my god.
I had it at like 8.
What is it on now?
4.
Are you kidding me? Hit me again. Move me up to 5. Jeez.
It just makes all of your muscles tense
You can't
up.
do anything. That was
That's
awesome.
wild.
I'm happy I actually did it.
Hey,
That was very
yeah, thanks for
interesting.
trying it out.
Absolutely.